Yeah, I mean, from the beginning when we came out of the tunnel, we asked our students to get there early. We asked them to be rowdy. We asked them to be involved. We talked about trying to turn this into a Cameron-type environment in the fall, and man, were they awesome tonight. I mean, they were absolutely awesome. And so to see them rewarded getting to storm the field, I mean, that's a moment and a memory. That's what college football should be about, right? And I don't know if we're going to get fined for that one, Nina, or not, but, that's just one of those things that that's what college football on Saturday should be. It should be a great gathering place for university. It should be a great environment. It should be a great place where everybody can come and enjoy football. And that's coming at Duke. And so we were really excited.
Are you the targeting call? Did you think that they were going to get a first down out of that initially, and then were you sort of relieved when it was adjudicated as a dead ball?
Yeah, I was relieved because it's funny. We had the same play last year against Georgia Tech, and they didn't call it a dead ball. And so I guess what they deemed was he was down, and it was a dead ball. And so it happened pretty quick, though. Once they came over, they kind of explained that that's what it was. And the review was targeting or no targeting, so we knew we had the ball. It just was a matter of whether or not Cam was going to be in the game still.
From the very beginning, you prioritized conditioning. Your defense is on the field an awful lot today in brutally hot conditions. Does this validate that emphasis on conditioning? They're able to stay out there, make those plays?
Yeah, I mean, it's why you train the way we train. It's why we do the things that we do in the summer. And I think the other thing that I hope people noticed was how much we rotated. I think everybody keeps talking about our depth and how come we don't have enough of this or enough of that. We rotated bodies as much as those guys did tonight. And we rotated 8-9 guys across the defensive line. We rotated 4 linebackers. We had probably 8-9 guys playing the secondary. We were able to rotate enough, and I think that played a big role as well because we were able to keep our guys fresh and not let them wear us down.
How much difference did your transfer defensive backs make tonight? Jones and Blades?
Hard. That sounds hard to see from the sideline, Steve. I mean, obviously, we got a lot of confidence in those guys. They've become really good players. Jeremiah Lewis showed up and made a bunch of plays as well tonight. And so, I got to go back and watch the tape to say specifically how much they impacted the game. But certainly that's 3 contributors that made big plays tonight at different times. Miles made the play on the post. Al made the last breakup for sure. Al brought some pressure. I know he got some rushes on the quarterback. Jeremiah Lewis made a couple plays, and then he ran down on the breakout run, ran the kid down, and that was able to get us in a situation where they missed a field goal. And so all 3 of those guys certainly had impactful plays.
You kind of hinted at it. How much time are you going to take to enjoy this one since it's Monday?
Probably none. No, it's I joke a little bit. It's a really cool thing. It's great for our kids. I'm really, really happy for them because they need this, right? They need to know that what they're doing and everything that they're pouring into this thing is going to get them the results, right? And for them to do what they do and have done it since the day I got here, results help that, right? It helps get them continuing to go and continuing to roll. I'm a football coach, right? I'm a football coach, and I know we got another game coming Saturday. And so, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for their moment. That's where we're at.
Just back to the defense a little bit. How happy were you with Tyler in his first game as a full-time defensive coordinator?
Yeah, I thought he was great inside the 10 and not as good between the 20s. No, Tyler's awesome. Tyler's awesome. I mean, he to see the amount of work that he put into this plan. I mean, he watched 3 years worth of Garrett Riley because we didn't really know what that was going to look like. Some of that offense was Garrett Riley SMU, his first year, his second year. And so I think we had our kids really well prepared for what we were going to see without really truly knowing what that was really going to be about because you didn't know how they were going to piece that offense together. And so, he's awesome.
Is that normal? 3 years worth? Just for context, so I understand. I'm trying to understand. It seems like a lot, but
that's probably a lot. Yeah.
Despite your guys' miscues, you won the turnover battle again. Do you feel like the defense has gotten better at forcing turnovers since last year? And is that still so important to winning a football game?
Yeah, I mean, just look at it. Right in the first half, we got down there twice. We didn't score touchdowns. We lost the turnover battle 2-0, and then you go into halftime and we're losing this. Right? Then the second half comes around. We win the turnover battle. We don't allow them to score touchdowns in the red zone. We score touchdowns in the red zone, and we win the second half, 22-0, right? And so those things that we talk about are the things that win football games. That's what we spend all of our time emphasizing, and that doesn't mean that you're going to always get it right. I mean, we didn't emphasize fumbles any more or less between the first half and the second half, but that execution and the critical piece of that in the game is what ultimately wins and loses football games. And so we spend so much time on it because if we get those things right, that's ultimately the formula for winning.
Coach, can you talk about